Hey everyone, this is Hydra Hut, and enjoy the sound of a two-stroke engine in the background. There's a train track behind me with a fueling car, and they're loading up some de-icers to prepare for this next blast of snow we're supposed to get up in the mountains. So if you can hear it, I do apologize, because I'm sure it's going to be super annoying. Anyway, this is Galaktikon number 6. This is the, I believe, this is the final issue. I don't remember them ever specifying it was going to be 1 through 6, but this certainly sums up the story nicely. Has a good ending. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be their last one, unless they do a second arc or something. Again, this is by Brendon Smalls. He's doing the writing, plot, story. I think he's just doing mostly the writing, and then we'll get into the other guy working on the writing in a second. Steve Mannion is doing the art. Marissa Louise is doing color, I think. And Montgomery is doing the letters. Before I get inside and make sure I'm right about that, I just want to go over this cover. I think this cover is sweet. I don't know. I just really, really like the cover. I think it does it's a good interpretation of what's to come, basically. She really appeared more in the last episode than this, or the last issue than this one. Basically, Triton's ex-wife's best friend who's trying to help her get out, get drunk, and basically leads to her ending up getting captured by Beastblade. So, I did a review of number 5. I didn't review any of the others, and the review got like 2 whole views, so I'm sure nobody's going to watch this one either. But this is a really, really good comic. It's based off of the album Galaktikon, the second Galaktikon album by Brendon Smalls. Brendon Smalls is the guy who did Metalocalypse, so should be familiar with him. If you're not, Metalocalypse is funny. This is really good. Bit different style humor, but the art is very reminiscent of like I'm blanking here. Heavy Metal the movie, and Bakshi's let's say Wizards. The drawing has kind of a feel, that same like gritty feel that a lot of the scenes in Wizards had when it's full animation. This guy here is T1T5. He's basically like an R2D2 clone, except he speaks in musical notation. And then here, Brendon actually gives us a very good explanation on how you play, or what you use to accurately play these tunes. And honestly, I would recommend reading this whole series while listening to the Galaktikon 1 or 2 album. It really does lend a lot to it. It's kind of cool having a comic with its own soundtrack, basically. This guy here is Beastblade. This is Triton's ex-wife. I really don't want to get too much into this, because if you haven't been reading it, this is just full of spoilers. So I guess I'll just kind of explain it, give you an idea for what the art looks like. Very cool, very post-apocalyptic future. Very spacey. It's got a great adventure feel to it. Basically starts off with Triton, our main guy. He's a piece of shit at the beginning of this, to be completely honest. He's a sleazeball. His wife left him because he was sending dick pics to some underage stripper. And all he does when he's confronted about that is defend the fact that on her planet she wasn't underage, and he just comes across as a real kind of loser kind of guy. But as the comic goes on, he evolves into a real person. It's like a redemption arc for this character. And we get to learn a lot about his past history, and get to assume a lot of things about his future. We also get to see him basically change from a worthless piece of shit into a good, upstanding hero that everybody thought he was, and now he actually is. And that's really neat. We also make some new friends, meet some new people. This guy right here, Dorfwald, he showed up in issue 4 and 5, and basically was a bad guy that they made friends with. Man, this is going to be a terrible review, because I really don't want to cover too much of this and ruin anything that's happening. But Oh! That's what I wanted to do. So the other guy that has stuff to do with this, the original plot and story idea, so it's written and created by Brendon Smalls, but Eric Powell, who is the guy who's Goon Guy, the guy who does the Goon comics, he also owns Albatross. He actually helped come up with this. So I think this is completely guesstimation. I don't know if this is true, but I'm guessing that Eric Powell was listening to Galaktikon and thought it would make a good comic, so he talked with Brendon Smalls. They threw together an idea, and then Brendon was like, yeah, I can write this. And then they got Steve Mannion to draw it, Marissa Louise to color it, Montgomery to letter it. I don't know if he's using a program. It looks like he's using a program, but he did a good job on the lettering. I very rarely ever have anything negative to say about lettering, but this guy was doing musical notation. I haven't seen him show up in comic credits before, so I don't know if this is his first comic or if he's got experience, but he did a good job separating everybody. Also, one nice thing about this that you don't see in a lot of SJW Marvel is all the characters have very, very unique forms of talking. Even if you can't see where the bubble's going, you have a pretty good idea of who is talking simply by how they structure their sentences, what they're saying, and what their point of view is, which is nice. So yeah, guys, highly recommend Galaktikon. It might be a little hard to find because Albatross isn't as widely distributed as some of the others, but it's well worth a buy. If you can't find a physical copy, Comixology has it. They usually got it on sale. You can also get it straight from Albatross. I hope they do a trade paperback, but no idea if that's in the works. So, thanks for watching. Sorry I don't have a code for you or anything like that. But, Hail Hydra, baby.